All my life, I'm back. Now, today's video, the start of it, is for all of you to enjoy, but it is in particular for one of our amazing Canadian followers, Anne Ellis. And Anne, you'll know exactly the reason why. And it starts with this cheeky little monkey having a lot of fun up in his field searching for Hoytsy and Princey. It's then followed by a number of other clips from throughout Saturday that I hope you enjoy, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Meanwhile, I'm going to go and take this little guy back to his bed, and you'll see why in a minute. Hello, gorgeous boy. Hello, gorgeous boy. Where are your buddies? Should we go find them? Come on then. Let's go find them. Come on. Quick, quick, quick. Go on, Jabbers. Oh, I love this little boy. He's so cool. Dodgy gateway. Where are they? Go on, you shout a bit louder. Where are they hiding? We can see Pfizer and Zeneca. Go, Jabbers! You can hardly see him over the reeds. Where are they? Let's go and have a look. Oh, let's see if I can find my own way through here. Oh my goodness. I think he's decided they're not in this field. Pfizer and Zeneca are very confused at what's going on. Well, I found them, but Jubbers has now disappeared. I don't know where he's gone. We're going to have to get Hoytsy Poytsy and Prince to come and find Jubbers now. Hoytsy and Prince clearly knew better and didn't want to come and help me find Jubbers. And the little monkey has made his way down onto the yard, where of course he's got far easier access to haylage in there with Hidde. But you are going to have to go back in with them for the night, young man. You're very, very cheeky. Look, he'll do anything for a carrot. This is only because I couldn't be bothered to go and find his head collar. So I thought I'd bribe him with a couple of carrots. Go on, little man. I promise you can have one when we get up there. Come on, quick, quick. They've still not come down to see you because you abandoned them. I wouldn't have that soggy carrot. Have this one instead. Oh. No, he wants the soggy bit of carrot out of the mud. This is a much nicer carrot. Jubbers. Jubbers. Jubs! Here you go. Have a full carrot. That's a very happy little pony now. Even though he's still lost his friends. got Micah here this morning because Micah's been getting a little bit cheeky up on the yard. She had a little nibble of Lisa the other day. She was a little bit rude to Susan, I believe, yesterday. And this morning she's had a bit of a go at Renska. So I think that probably because she's been up free reigning for quite a while now, she probably needs to just go and let off a bit of steam out in the field with all the other girls. So that's where we're heading for the day, isn't it, Mai? Eh? She is quite an interesting one. She gets a little bit stressy and a little bit anxious. And she's the only one that is known really to have a nip at people every now and again. And it's probably because she just wants that little extra bit of attention, and she wants it to be all about her, you know, just as Nero does. So he nibbles and nips in a different way. It's a little more frantic. Whereas with her, it can be just sort of all of a sudden. I don't think it's pain related. I think it's frustration related. Isn't it, Mum? The only reason she's got a blue rug on is because we need to get the tail flap repaired on hers, which she managed to rub off. So she's just wearing a scarf now. Sneaky Noodles and Yodel. So it's lovely for them free reigning, but they don't generally get to have a good run round. And there's quite a little tight, tense horse. She probably needs to do that a bit. She's not in a hurry right now, though. It's a super chilled Saturday. Sneaky Noodles and Yodel are quite happy out there. They've come in for a bit of a tidy up. But we've had a wonderful older gentleman in the friendship barn today with little Hidde Hops, who's busy munching in the corner there. And Hidde's very lucky because he's getting 2 sessions in here today, because he's got Donna and Matt coming this afternoon. But our visitor today used to have his own farm many years ago. He came along with his 2 carers and spent a wonderful hour and a half in with Hidde and just wandering around on the yard here, taking in the peace and quiet. Hidde does have the choice to come out if he wants to in between his sessions. But as you can see, he's quite happy there. That's just his bit of apple with his daily equiox that he has, just to help with all those old bones. You haven't even got the solarium on right now. It's just the best space in there, isn't it? And he's got a jumper off for a bit, so she's just having mutual scratches with Neeky News, who's also going to have her jumper off in a minute because her and Yodel are going to have a clean up and a replat. But first of all, I've got these 2 boys in. Nero and old man Uber. This is interesting. You can see the way that his rug has dropped across to the right. Nero. And the reason his rug drops across to the right is obviously this right leg is the one where he's got the hock that's fusing. So he drops that leg. That's all right, Annie, just photobomb. Don't mind me. So because he drops that whole hip, it means that his rug goes skew-whiff. So it's quite interesting how much you can tell about a horse's balance by how their rug sits on them. Obviously, it's important to have these belly straps done up properly, otherwise the rugs can slip anyway. But you often find that the weaker side the rug tends to move that way. And we had that an awful lot with Iceman last year. His rug would fall the one way, but it certainly doesn't fall quite as dramatically now that he's been doing all the exercises with Jodie. Oh, Hidde. You can't sit in the chairs, darling. So he's actually decided to come out of the friendship barn now. So he just wants to stay in the little area at the front. You're going to just head back in once Donna arrives. He can get out, so it is open at the back there. Oh, Hidde. So Hidde left the friendship barn and Ren took full advantage, went in there and showed her disgust at not being the one selected to go in there today and pooed out the front. You see, no respect. Hey, Ren? No respect at all. You don't often get to see me with this one. This is little Neeky Noodles, aren't you? So as you know, Jodie works with Nika all the time, but as Jodie's off on her holes, I get to spend a little bit of time with her, which is really, really nice. She's one of our homebreds. She was, if you haven't picked up on other videos, she was an embryo transfer from Femma, who was my original mare that I had, model mare Femma, who was Renska's sister. And Neeky News has always been a little bit of a stressy character, but it's really lovely for her just working with Jodie the whole time because they have such a bond with each other and such trust in each other that it's really lovely to see. But equally, it's nice for me to just have a little bit of time with her every now and again. So I'm just giving her a little mane wash today, and a tidy up and replatting her. And then she'll go back out with her buddies. One of the things working with Nika today, just doing a little bit, because usually Jodie's washing her tail and grooming it. I forget what a wonderful tail she has. It's so thick, unbelievably thick. And Hoyt's tail always used to be this thick as well, but it's thinned with age. Now, obviously it's the hairs from their tails that are used in those gorgeous hugs that Wendy makes for all of them. We've only got one of Neeky News at the moment, so it will be very much a first come, first serve. But next to her is Yolanda, and I believe that there's more Yolanda hugs on the way. And she has an equally beautiful tail, but it's just not quite as thick as her sister Neeky News. I've got little Rainbow Boy here in the arena today, and I'm just going to do sort of 10-15 minutes with him. As you know, since he arrived, I've done some basics of groundwork just to establish some understanding with him of, how he needs to behave, just being led around the place, and to, respect personal space, which he still doesn't do all the time, but he is getting better. Now, we're middle of October now, and a lot of you who've joined us since Nero came to the farm on that day in November when there was that beautiful rainbow across the farm, you'll know that it's coming up to his anniversary of when he arrived here. It was actually on the 7th of November. So what I plan to do is actually take him for his first session with Mel to have a change of scenery and do a little bit of groundwork training under her instruction. So I can do obviously an awful lot here, but the lovely thing about working with Mel is she's got such a great understanding of horses, and she's helped me with all of them over the years, and she continues to help us all. And she'll be able to give us a little bit more structure to what we can do just to help him be a bit more balanced and a little bit more level in his body taking into account the fact that his hock hasn't fully fused yet. So even though he's not a completely sound horse, there's still groundwork exercises that we can do with him that are going to help him throughout the rest of his life. Now, I'm afraid we're not going to live stream it, but we will be sure to video the whole thing so that we can show you how he gets on. And one of the things that I'm excited about is Mel has a ramp that she's had made, which is great for helping the horses stretch. And although it's not something that during a structured training session we would do in a first session, it's something that we can aim towards in the future, because as you all know, he loves climbing on the mounting block and doing his own stretches, whether it's on the mounting block or up climbing rocks. But for now, just enjoy a little bit of what I'm doing with him today. So he already knows the real basics of just going back when I flick the rope at him and ask him to go back, and the leading forward and knowing that he has to vary his pace on the speed that I'm going. And when I wave the rope at him, he knows that he needs to stop. We've not done a lot of circling work just because I am very conscious of that hock, but I don't want to put too much pressure on it. But we will do a little bit because now it's getting close to when it should be fully fused, and hopefully he'll be able to tolerate a little bit more. Because with that hock fusion, although he won't look level, once it's fully fused by February, he'll not look level, but there won't be the pain from it actually moving, because it's the movement within that joint that causes the pain. But once it's fully fused and it can't move, it's not going to cause pain, but it will make him still look lame because it's restricting the movement in that joint. because I don't want to do too much circling work with him, one of the exercises we can do is just with the poles, helping him to engage his core as he has to coordinate his legs to slowly lift over the poles. So we're going to just do a little bit of that now. And even like zigzagging across the poles, it's making him have to think about where he's putting his legs, and from that he can learn a bit more control about where he's putting them. So even there, with him just having to walk over the poles and think about where he's placing his feet, he's puffing, because that in itself is hard work. Now, we're very lucky on the farm that this is where I look at the advantages of the fact that the ground is very uneven, because when a horse is just on a flat level bit of ground all the time, they don't get used to trying to balance themselves on different terrain. Whereas round here in our slightly uneven fields, they do get to naturally build up a lot of their own self-balance. But that doesn't mean that we can't help them a little bit further just with some work, with some poles in the arena. He's very chill today, aren't you? Yeah? That's Ren and Annie having a mutual groom. Taking advantage of their rugs being off for a bit. Second session for Hidde today. Donna's back. Oh, Hidde looks chilled, and I have to say, you look super chilled as well.
Just what I needed. Perfect end to the week. Been a busy week, and I've been looking forward to it all week, and he's been an absolute gentleman. Super cuddly, lots of kisses and cuddles and scratches. Wanted to go to bed now, actually.
Yeah.
I think I might have a little snooze in the car on the way home as well.
Maybe you ought to just put a little camp bed in there, and then everyone can just have a little nap as well.
Good idea. What do you think, Hidde?
Says I'm going to hide and just live in here now for the night. Well, lovely as always to see you and Matt. Matt went cycling while Donna was chilling in there with Hidde through the floods in Grange, I believe. Yeah. At least, yeah. Very high tides today. Anyway, lovely to see you, and I'll see you next time. What a special end to a very lovely Saturday. Free rainers, a very pretty conker tree in those autumnal colours, and great big moon hiding behind the trees.
Thank you for the laughter, thank you for the tears, thank you for the moments that we hold dear.